Does Nene need a nap?
No.
This is genius.
Whoa!
All right, Cubby, what have you been practicing?
Shuffling
And?
the bridge.
Which part do you like better, the shuffling part or the bridge part?
The bridge. It looks cool.
Let's see it. You worked on this all day yesterday.
At first it was kind of disappointing that I couldn't do it good. The trick is if you don't hold fingers right here, then watch.
That's the trick. So this morning we're getting everything ready. We are hosting science co-op at our house today. There's gonna be about 12 kids and we're learning about land transportation. We've got all sorts of fun activities and experiments planned. Valeria is here with me and we are getting everything ready for the snack. The kids are gonna get to create their own cars out of all sorts of different fruits and vegetables. I'm excited to see what their creativity brings out. I'm going to be speaking in English today.
My name is Caleb Johnston and I wanted to show you a book called Greninger.
Automatic snack machine.
And the robot that drives, and there's a pool.
Janae wants a turn.
It's called Bertha Takes a Drive. About a girl, Bertha, and she takes her two boys out on a drive.
Ever done was one street. And that has obviously been happening since the beginning of time. People had stuff they had to move.
I made it heavy.
You did. So let's pretend that you're living 5,000 years ago. And you have to get this from here to the door. Isaac, can you come move it for us? Push it. All right, now you need to go over the hill, around the corner, over to like Arecibo. Good luck with that. Excuse me. So long ago, prehistoric men and women simply dragged things. Then they discovered it was easier to move heavy weights if they were placed on rollers. So see, they put a log underneath it and it was easier. Someone had the clever idea of cutting slices of the logs to make wheels and attaching it to an axle to move cars. Let's make a path to the front door. Go for it. Is it easier? Yeah. All right, so we're using the same mass that you're trying to move, but was it easier? Yes? Today we're going to do a group art project. I love group art projects because we all get to add our own creativity and then see the masterpiece all put together. What we're going to do is we're going to make an enormous train track. And you can build your train track however you want.
Is yours going over water?
It's the ocean going up into a hill.
We first started with steam engines. Now they use big diesel and electric.
This is a river on the side, Mama.
Oh, this is so fun to see them start coming together.
Perfectly. It's a long train track.
These girls are sorting the cars by color and they're learning it in Spanish and in English.
¿Cuál es ese color?
Hola.
¿Dónde va ese color?
You guys are each going to build a car. Okay? So build a car and then we're gonna all show each other our cars and then we'll eat them.
Oh, did you put a tomato on there?
Janae, are you building or eating? Eating.
That's its car.
I love the little cheese square on top.
It's for the steam.
And tail lights. It's so clever. Goodness, I love yours. Look at this. I love this. It's like a helicopter car. Sweet. Oh, I like the headlights.
Yeah, it has headlights and this one has tail lights.
This is genius. I love it, Milka. I love it.
Mine didn't work out.
That's okay. If you at first don't succeed, try again.
Mine is a smoothie truck.
A smoothie truck. I love it. First they invented wheels. Then they invented putting wheels on carts that were pulled by animals, and that created the power. But then they created a way to do it without the animals. Have you guys ever heard of a motor?
Yes.
Have you guys ever heard of an engine?
Yes.
What's the difference between a motor and an engine?
The motor is what like moves it, and the engine is what gets it started.
Good guess. This is my blender, and it has a motor inside of here. And what it does is it uses power, electrical power, to create motion. This is the motion it creates. So inside my blender is a motor because it's using power to create motion. An engine is something that uses a fuel to create motion. So what do we put in our cars to create motion? Gasoline. You guys are going to see how we can turn fuel into energy.
So in an engine, fuel is a part of the process and a spark or a lighter, okay? So we have the lighter and the cotton ball is gonna be the fuel.
It's so nice here.
What's interesting though in an engine is that there's constantly lighting and extinguishing of the fuel. What does extinguishing mean? Okay, blowing it out. And then it gets lit again and then blown out. The air goes out when it's extinguished and then it gets lit again and then blown out. Okay, that happens over and over and over again to make an engine turn. I used a fuel, this is alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You could also use gasoline like you put in a car, right? That's why the cotton ball itself isn't burning, it's actually the fuel that's burning. Okay. This is flour. Is flour flammable?
You guys have to watch for a little flame that's gonna be on top.
Okay, so watch.
Oh yeah!
If we go into a darker room, you can see it much brighter.
Not to me! Whoa! So cool.
Automobiles, boats, trucks, aircraft, ships, heavy-duty machinery, and power. Inside the engine block, there is a crankshaft. Power, exhaust.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Really cool.
Intake, compression, combustion, exhale. We're converting fuel into combustion, which is power, and converting that power into the rotation of our tires. Step number 1, intake. Step number 2, compression. Step number 3, combustion. Step number 4, exhale.
So get your car and make a path in the dirt.
That's cool. Look.
Once your car is dirty, you can clean it in the car wash. Good job, Nene.
My car is so dirty. Hey, Mama, what happened with my car, Laura?
All right, we need a car wash.
Can you clean it, my car? Thank you. Well, he wants
Nene,
to
did you
race.
clean it? Get it clean.
And this, look.
You learning about the engine, Elise?
Yes.
What do you think is most interesting about it?
That the explosion goes and then it just goes out.
The exhaust.
The goal is to get the car from this side of the table to the other side without touching it and without lifting the table. There's plenty of supplies for everybody. So loud in here, the happy sounds of learning. So what are the magnets for?
To hold the balloon with the car. Okay, like go in. 2, 1, like go.
What are you trying to do?
We're trying to pull it with the magnets.
Pull it with the power of attraction? Ah, you're pushing it. I think you're onto something.
Get another big magnet.
So they're going for bigger magnets. Oh, this is so interesting. Most of the kids went straight to balloons for the power. Isaac and his friend went towards magnets as the power.
We need to use the opposite side.
Yes. What can you do to make it go faster? Whoa! Launching it with a rubber band. So we found this road tape. You can buy it on Amazon. We're building a little road for the kids to play on. It's just going crazy.
What's wrong?
I don't know.
So it's not going straight. What could you do to make it go in one direction?
Put the balloon in one direction?
I don't know.
I couldn't resist. I gotta try it. I'm powering up a dental floss and a toilet paper roll.
Slingshot.
Trying, you learn from each step. Each time you try it, you do it a little different and you try other things, and that's awesome. If it works, that's fun. If it doesn't work, that's still awesome.
What we made is called the long john. We put 2 cars on the bottom and our thing up here.
We take the rubber band and put it here.
Woo! Nice power.
They wanted to have a race. Ready, set, go! And one of the top inventors in the world right now who's really making a difference is a guy called Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
The company's called The Boring Company.
What?
The Boring Company, that's what they called it.
Yeah.
And then you can make a whole network of underground tunnels.
Now we all came to the pool to play because that's always the best time, right? Playing with your friends. And now it's time to go home and have nap time.
No.
Does Nene need a nap?
No.
No, yes you do.
No.
Yes you do. You know it was a fun activity when your kids come home from the pool and they're all just playing with the aftermath of it. What's that, Laura? Oh, this is your house? You're building a house next to the road?
This is my house mansion.
Ooh, a house mansion. Lacey, what did you make?
I made a house.
What's this thing?
A bed. Watch. Good night.
Ah, it's a
my
bed. It's like a sleeping bag, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, Janae is napping. But all 4 of my big kids are absorbed right now in pretend play. They are using their imaginations and they're creating a whole city, and they're going through our little tinker barrel from our supplies earlier today, and they're using the cars and the tape and the books and the paper and all the things. They're really getting into it and I absolutely love it. I think it's especially special to me today because I've been seeing Isaac and Elise. They're getting older and they don't often play imaginatively, and you know, they're just growing up. I think it's so healthy for kids of any age, even adults, to be able to use their imagination. I feel like it teaches us skills of creation and hope and thinking outside the box and just really the principles of creation for anything that we want to invent. And all of us are inventors. We don't have to be inventing things. We can be inventing our home and the systems in our home, or stories that we write. There's just so much in life that we have to use our imagination for. Anytime we're in a discouraging, hard moment, we have to use our imaginations to see outside of that moment. And so I'm just really glad. Like, I really believe in the power of play as a tool that's really healthy for us.
So I'm gonna make a zip line that goes into my garage with a bumper, so at the end, so it doesn't destroy my house.
So I couldn't help myself. I saw all the kids making these and I had to go and draw one myself to add on to the end. You know that's when a project is really good, is when the adults want to jump in and play along with the kids.
What is this thing?
That is Elise's house.
Oh, it's a very nice house, Elise. You're making a sports arena for the cars? You have 2 electric cars.
These are my son's cars.
Well, it's done. I officially hosted my turn doing science co-op, and honestly, I was a little bit nervous. I know that seems ridiculous, but this was a new group of people for me to be presenting and teaching in front of, and I guess I get a little bit nervous sometimes, but it went really well. They're trying to create a car zip line. Oh, it's not going as much as they want to. More tension. Good job, guys. Good job.
Did you get it to work? Mm-hmm. Nice. I'm so proud of you for getting it to work, buddy. Looks like you had to really be creative on how to get this to stay up. I'm proud of you for sticking with it. That is sometimes the hardest part. Okay, let me see what Isaac's up to.
So I made this. It's a sport. And it does that, and you can
It's like
get
air hockey.
Yeah. I also made something else. Watch out. Okay,
Sweet.
yeah.
So creative, dude. I love it. It's so interesting that as parents, it's so important for us to give them enough time to create stuff on their own. What? This is so clever, buddy. The more you played with it, the better ideas you came up with. Whoa! Awesome!
Created it so he doesn't have to keep running down to read it.
It just pulls up and down. So we've reached the point in the evening where we need to start cleaning up. We finished reading the book Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and so the kids can watch some of it once we do some serious cleanup. Isn't this part classic?
So our new read aloud is called The King's Equal. It's by Catherine Patterson.
Is there a book called The Queen's Equal?
I am so tired. I really am. We've been doing so many fun adventures and we are invited to do something fun tomorrow. But I said no, our family really needs some normal days. And we have normal days. They're usually the days we don't vlog, but we're needing some more of them. Days when we are home and getting our schoolwork done and going to bed on time, maybe even early.
Good night. J-House out.
And we were told not to point flashlights towards the ceiling because of the bats.